Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank everybody for attending tonight. Edinburgh Town Council meeting, Monday, October 27th, 2025. We'll do our roll call. Mr. Brian? Here. Ms. Sweet is, I think, on vacation. I believe. Ms. Buck?
Here.
Ms. Brooks?
Here.
Here also with us is Rhonda Barrett, Clerk Treasurer, John Myers, Town Manager, Dustin Huddleston, Town Attorney. All right, the minutes of council meeting council, it's in there twice. Minutes of council meeting, October 13th, 2025. Put it in front of Ron Burgundy and he'll read it, so I did. Any questions on this?
I don't have any questions. I make a motion to approve the minutes of council meeting October 13th,
Get you twice.
2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Claims, Rhonda.
Yes, in your package, you received a claim docket in the amount of $1,077,354.59. All claims have been reviewed and signed.
Questions?
I have none.
If there are no questions, I'll make a motion to approve the claims as submitted.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, public hearing request for annexation. We'll open this up for our any. This will be for the 7995 South US 31 Edinburgh. No, that's down. Okay. We'll close that.
The petitioner is actually here tonight.
Okay.
Mr. President, this is a request for annexation. Specifically, the petitioner listed their reason for annexation was to obtain public utilities. So, they are here tonight.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Hughes. I'm a civil engineer with surveying and mapping representing the petitioner. The owner of the property is Angela Kelsey. There are two parcels located on the east side of US 31, north of State Road 252, that are outside the town limits, but within the town zoning jurisdiction. The proposed use would like to have town sewer and water. And so we are petitioning for annexation in order to obtain that. It is contiguous to the current town limits. The application that was submitted was signed by the owner, Angela Kelsey. She's in favor of the annexation. The property will remain in her ownership and will be leased to the prospective builder. I'd be happy to address any questions. I have some plans of the proposed project if you want to see them.
If you may, can you get that on the IT girl?
I'll need Julie's help for that.
Yeah, Julie, thank you.
What would you like, sir?
The script, plan on the screen.
It's these four.
Yeah, it's a-
It's these four parcels.
Yeah.
They have four.
Great job. So this is a preliminary site plan of the proposed use of the property. It's zoned appropriately for this use. There's no zone change that's a part of this. So it's already zoned as highway business, which is appropriate for this use. So it's a proposed store, about 4,000 square foot convenience store with fuel pump islands and a diesel pump island. Access would be from both roads using the existing driveways. So this is just a preliminary plan. This is our first stop in the review process.
So there's four parcels listed here, but did you just say there's only gonna be two parcels annexed? Julie, am I wrong in that?
So
There's four
the,
listed here?
on the application, there's 2 parcel numbers.
There's four here. Oh, I'm sorry, the staff report. There's four.
So
The Johnson County Beacon office still lists that as having 4 parcels. It was officially 2 lots in the Heckman Village subdivision,
Mm-hmm.
but it is drawn very strangely, is how I would describe it. So,
So we're only annexing 2 parcels as opposed to the 4 that are listed.
the legal description encompasses 2 lots in Heckman Village, which include 4 parcels the way they have been drawn currently, but it is very confusing and before the council would adopt any document, I would recommend that we confirm that with the county
Strongly.
to make sure that their numbers are accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I had them review the legal description before we brought this before you because of the way it is written. But their current stipulation lists it as 4 parcels.
You normally don't see that where you have 2 lots, but then you're going with 4 different parcels.
Yeah, it is, never seen the process.
it is 2 lots in Heckman Village, 35 and 41, but if you read the deeds, it's been divided up into, each
Right.
one's been divided into 2 subparts.
And it's very old too, I
But it's
understand
still
that.
just 2 lots in Heckman subdivision.
Yeah.
I believe the attorney reviewed the legal as well to confirm that.
Yes, and part of this is gonna be at the next meeting, we'll have an ordinance for you to consider introduction. Part of that process is Julie and I will verify the legal description of the ordinance. That'll be accepted by the county.
Thank you.
So do we do anything tonight?
Tonight's just a public hearing.
Okay.
Then the next meeting, I'll introduce an ordinance that approves the annexation. So you just get the information from the petitioner and any other people that want to comment.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Julie. Okay, the resolution 2025-10, electing to join the 1977 Police Officers and Firefighters Pension and Disability Fund. Mr. Huddleston.
Thank you, council. If you're having deja vu, that's correct. We've already done this one time before, but if you remember, this is a long process we've had. And since we've adopted this resolution we did over a year ago, they've had some updates to the plan, and we just need to pass the updated version of the resolution. Both chiefs and I and Rhonda spent a lot of time with the state of going back and forth and confirming some information. So this is just an update in their resolutions that this isn't starting over. We're just cleaning up because, again, we passed the resolution almost a year ago. There's some updates to it, so this cleans that up. It'll be the same for the next resolution.
Okay.
So any questions?
Nope.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2025-10 as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Then we need a resolution 2025-11, which again is electing to join the 1977 police officers and firefighters pension and disability fund.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Huddleston, conflict of interest approval.
Thank you, Council President. Council members, this is a conflict of interest approval regarding Ryan Piercefield. If you recall, we've had ample discussion and have prepared and solicited bids for a major water project. The water department, Westler Engineers, has worked on this. In the past, if you remember, you've approved a conflict of interest form for Mr. Piercefield's company to do small work on a case-by-case basis throughout the town regarding utilities. This is a conflict of interest approval for that specific project, if he plans on bidding on that project, because this is a specific big project, so I advise that this should be done separately from all the other conflict of interest you've done. So this is not something you have to do. The process, again, is if you approve the conflict of interest form, it is sent up to the State Board of Accounts. Ron will file it, and then he can solicit and submit a bid if he so chooses for this specific project. He cannot vote on it, nor if he decides to submit a bid, cannot be involved in any kind of approval process.
So I was confused. I thought once he signed one, it was good for.
Conservatively, I'm recommending, I would agree with you, but I'm just being very cautious that this is a real specific big project.
Okay.
That's different than just where an emergency happens and Mr. Jones calls and
Okay.
needs repair. This is something that's thought out. It'll be a better engineer do it, so I'm just being very cautious and want you guys to be, have everything in front of you. So that's the difference.
Any questions?
So if you don't have to approve this, if you do, that doesn't mean he gets the bid or
Right.
that's a whole separate process. This just allows him to bid on it since it's a conflict.
Any questions?
I don't.
It's fine. So I make a motion to approve the conflict of interest approval form as just presented by Council Attorney Dustin Huddleston, in reference to Council President Ryan Piercefield for the information that was presented for an upcoming project.
Oh,
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay.
All right, thank you, council. Approval of public official bond, Ms. Barrett.
Yes, we have 3 bonds that need approved tonight. First one is for Emily Cravens as a Metropolitan Police Commissioner, and her bond amount is $5,000. The second one is for Curtis Brooks as the Metropolitan Police Commissioner in the amount of $5,000. And then the third one is the police chief bond in the amount of $5,000 for Dwayne Little. Since we changed from commercials to officers for the 77 fund, and you did not have a copy of that in your packet because it just came in the mail today. So, and I just wanted to include that one in there. Yeah, I think you guys have done them separately before.
We need to do it separately. So we'll do Ms. Cravens first, make a motion to.
Make a motion to approve the public official bond for Emily Cravens for the Metropolitan Police Commissioner Board appointment.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then I will make a motion for Curtis Brooks, public official bond for $5,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I will abstain.
And then finally, I'll make the same motion for a chief little. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Ron. The redevelopment bond discussion, Ms. Barrett.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with all of you on whether or not we want to move forward with the redevelopment bond. As we discussed previously, this was included in the 2026 budget, and it did not affect the tax rate. It kept the tax rate the same. If we want to move forward with it, we need to get started this week because we're on a time limit. If we don't want to move forward with it, then that would allow the tax rate to decrease. So I have very mixed feelings on whether or not to move forward with it because of other issues, on what specific project we want to use it for and just some other,
So we don't have a specific project.
not really. I know, Sarah Beth, but I'm sure we can always find something, but we don't really have anything really
We
specific.
used a lot of it this last time for wastewater. A lot of that geo bond went to that. We did not plan for that, but thank God had it. I think we used it, that what was
The
used?
252 project,
252
for
project.
the
which was
sidewalks and
Sidewalks, lighting. Did any of that go to the street garage?
and some of it went to the street.
Yeah.
That's like it is.
So we didn't lay out a capital outlays project. Actually, I haven't done it in quite some time. And that needs to be moving in the future. We need to lay out a capital outlay project. That said that. What percentage was the decrease? If it was-
At like 9 cents. And the bond is it's a $1 million bond. And it would decrease the tax rate by 0.09. So, like I said, I've got very mixed feelings on it. Just really, without having a specific, I don't feel comfortable with moving forward. But that's, I'm sure that Sarah Beth with the redevelopment commission that there's plenty of things that it could be used for, but we really don't have a specific project at this time.
It just concerns me with what we don't, the unknown.
Yeah, and I don't want to have it sitting there and use it just.
We did not plan on buying the things that we had to buy, but we had to buy. We had to upgrade the sewer department. We had to get the vehicles that were worn out. There's just no, that's cost of doing business. It's operational. And even if we did lay a capital outlays project, $1 million, unfortunately, is not much of a capital outlays project. It's just not.
Well, technically, we're not going to be the ones making the decision on how to spend that, right? I mean,
Subject to what the demand is, basically. We don't have to use it. It may never get used. I mean, I think we have to over 3 years, 5 years.
The geo bond, we have 3 years
Yeah.
to use it. I'm not sure what the redevelopment bond, Justin, are you aware of that normal kind of typical time frame? But I know this is a lengthier process. The redevelopment commission has to approve it as well. So,
a little bit more involvement.
Yeah.
and we're on a short window because it has to be done by the end of the year. So we have to have public hearings and a couple meetings. So it could get done if you guys want to move forward with it. But if you don't, then what it does is decreases the tax rate. Rather than the tax rate staying level, it will drop the tax rate.
5.09 per dollar. 100.
We don't have any specific plans. We don't have plans, we don't have projects.
There's not a specific project.
But if we have 3 years to allocate those funds, and we look at the Senate bill into 2027, we use it in 2026, that money may be extremely valuable coming into a shortfall in the Senate bill 1. I don't know. It's tough because you don't have a crystal ball. If we all did, we'd be fine.
I would say we forego it.
Because we don't know what's coming
Yeah.
up with any other type of increases
Right.
that we're gonna have to, we do get the tax rate lowered, that might help offset anything else that we have. You have an expression on that, John?
Mr. Hudson, is that gonna be restricted to redevelopment? Do you know that?
I can look into how long you can use to spend it, like on this question, and the restrictions, if you want them, report back to you. I don't know.
I didn't know if it could be used by the council, if it has to be used directly by the redevelopment commission.
I can find out. I don't know.
We waited until the next meeting. He looked into that, would that give us enough time?
The redevelopment commission has a meeting on the 10th, right, which is the next meeting. So, I don't know if that would give, I don't know. The bond council thought that we could get it done in November and December, because we'll have to have, like, the public hearing, we have to advertise for that 10 days prior. So, we can push it till the next one. It would be nice to, if we want to move forward, to get a decision tonight so that it could be brought up at the redevelopment meeting.
For next week.
And Sarah Beth, is there,
Yeah, the timeline is my main concern at this point. I mean, we do have, redevelopment commission has some priority projects, but they've been in much smaller scope than what the GEO bonds could help provide. I think one of the things we're looking at is looking at the comp plan and looking at our development needs that we've had. That's something that the GEO bond over the next 3 years could help with if we have those funds available.
and if you, we could table it until the next one to get some more information from Justin, or
Dustin's reviewing the redevelopment, what decisions they can and cannot make within a time. And a time frame.
For the, how long you have to spend it, and then, what the restrictions are. Research that if you like.
I'm in favor of keeping it just because I've seen what it's done for us in the last 12 months alone. I don't know where we'd be if we hadn't had the money to use it. I mean, we were off Peter Bay Ball for so long, but, you know, we had to have those things. It wasn't like we were excessive in our expenditures. We had to have those.
But those were specified though, the way I'm understanding it, we could use it for, well, what we used it for. The,
On the GEO bond, yes.
yeah, but this one's gonna be a little bit
Yeah,
more
that's a little tricky.
possibility restricted. And just to borrow, I mean,
I say we at least wait and let Dustin look. and do
Yeah, I don't
research.
have an opinion on the redevelopment
Restrictions
commission
on
one. I don't. It's the GEO bond that I'm very strong leaning towards. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think we have to accept though that it may not go through. That may be a time, and that may just be what it is.
Yeah.
You know, the time may just lapse. That's just, you know, it is what it is. Okay. So do we need to make a motion for you to look into that, please?
you make a motion for Dustin Adelson, our attorney, to look into the restrictions, timelines in reference to the redevelopment bond that was presented or discussed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
thank you.
All right, Dawn, on a cheery note. You have us Wreaths Across America. I see Mary Ann's out there, so would you guys like to elaborate on that a little bit?
I'll let Mary Ann, she's the chair.
of this project.
Yeah, but you've done this before, Dawn.
Watch.
So American Legion Auxiliary is doing a wreath. We're participating in the Wreaths Across America, and we'd like to begin doing this as an annual event for our community and the veterans that are laid to rest at Rest Haven Cemetery. So what we would need in terms of the town's participation, you know, when the wreaths come in and get delivered to the cemetery, they'll be in boxes, and so we'll have to offload them off the semi, store them at the cemetery until it's December the 13th. And we need equipment, maybe forklifts or something, but we got volunteers lined up with school children, or not the kids, but programs and athletes at the school, the older kids, and fellow unit members out of the Legion to help us with those types of tasks. So
It'll be not only primarily staying out there at the cemetery, but it'll be any other departments that he thinks within the town that need the extra manpower. Is that what I'm understanding?
yes.
I have, all volunteering of our equipment, and we have, my company has plenty to offer, so, whatever we need. So from my personal side, I'll be there to help, because I know Stan has worked his butt off, figuring out what veterans we have out there and giving the due respect to it. So, thank you ladies for doing it, I think it's a great thing.
Thank you.
I'm all for it, 100% support you, whatever we need, I think town gives everything it can.
And I will say that if anyone is willing to volunteer their help.
Please come and help.
There's 1,200 and.
There's 1,250.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
Placed within 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Now you have to place them and stake them, Dawn, or do you just?
No, they just
lay
lay them on.
You just,
When you lay them on the grave site, you state the person's name.
So is this like a national thing? It's
Yeah,
on that
you know,
date at that time?
You know, when they laid the wreath at Arlington in December,
Okay.
it's the same day. So Wreaths Across America came upon because of that. And
so it's
So
almost
there's
somewhat
several-
ceremonial
Yes.
for each different grave site as well.
I will say, there is a ceremony that takes place right before the wreaths actually get distributed to the grave sites. They
Okay.
have a wreath for every service and the POW, they're paid.
Okay.
So what, are you anticipating the wreaths to come on Saturday, December 13th?
no, they could arrive up to 2 weeks prior to,
Okay.
and they'll let us know when we're scheduled for
Got it.
delivery.
You got it. Don, you can keep me in the loop on there, and I'll help out anyway.
And you guys have never done this before.
Mm-mm.
You're just gonna have them all delivered out there in a designated area where Stan has you to, and then
Yeah, we're having to discuss that, where we're gonna store them until.
We still have
We actually didn't anticipate all of the wreaths being purchased, but we're taking sponsors and donations, and then we have someone that, well, actually the Legion is going to make sure it all takes place.
Yeah.
So,
So you need from us a pledge of help, basically, and to work with you folks.
and our
in the
equipment,
cemetery.
use of our town employees and
Yep.
equipment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to other business.
Mike, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything. Debbie, you have anything?
No, not tonight.
No, thank you, sir.
I don't have anything. John?
I've had a request to add a handicap parking space on the northwest corner, East Main Cross in Holland by Reds.
Sean was out there today and measured for it. The spaces are big enough to do it. I need to get approval. And I don't know, do we need a resolution for that, Dustin?
Is it a public parking space?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can send me your information, I'll add to the resolution.
We need a motion to allow Dustin to draft the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I informed you guys all in the report that Mr. Clark is leaving. Friday is his last day. I would like to publicly thank him for his service to the town. He's been excellent to work with. He's always been there, always willing to help other departments. He is going to be a great loss to the town. And that's want to thank Steve for his friendship and his commitment to the town.
Absolutely.
I second that for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen. All right, Rhonda, do you have anything else?
Yes, I forgot to add this one on the agenda. We have donations, team sponsorships for basketball teams for the Park and Rec. We have and they're all $300 a piece, from Edward Chiropractic, Ditech, JC Lawn Care, Snow Removal, Amos Hill Associates, and Huddleston and Huddleston. So need approval to accept those sponsorship/donations. It's $1,500 total.
So do we approve those separately or all together?
I think we can just approve those alone.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the donation as presented for the, that was for
The basketballs, basketball teams.
okay. Motion to approve.
Heard a second. All in favor?
Aye. I think it became that.
Anything else, Rhonda?
That's it, thank you.
Chief Little?
That's what I was gonna do, Chief, just pass on over that.
I only had a couple things, for tomorrow, you're probably gonna see a lot of police presence at the mall. We're doing an active shooter training down there, the mall's got a couple boards that are participating, which we thank them for, and we've got a bunch of mall employees that want to stay over, get extras, kind of see how that goes, just so they're, aware of what they could expect, what they're gonna see for us, and that's some training, and, so if you hear a lot of police presence at the mall, tomorrow day a lot, training is good, I'll put it out on Facebook, so we're good with that. Other than that, Halloween's around the corner, ball starts all ready to go, and fuel up with collectors, and students for the record. And, other than that, Stephen, like I said earlier, it's, been a pleasure. We're losing a really good guy. That's it.
Thank you. Stan?
I'd like to thank Dan for the treatment at the school, I thought it was awesome, and well, good going, really, and like, that was perfect for this on work too. I thought that was very good. So, that's all I have.
Sean?
Nothing.
Bill?
Bid opening 2:00 Wednesday on the fire hydrant mixers for the tower. It's about getting invoices from West.
Daniel?
Yeah, I want to brag on my team real quick. USFA, which is one of the organizations that does the travel tournaments for us out there, they have the different participants, teams that participate in their vote on different awards, and they voted Edinburgh Sports Complex as the 2025 Facility of the Year. So that's pretty awesome. I asked them if it came with a check, but no. It should be a good, nice plaque that we can display out there. So just wanted to show that off, and we've got a good team out there, and they deserve it. So then our Halloween festival went great. We had about 900 people come through. It was really busy, 2 hours. A lot of candy was handed out, a lot of free hot dogs and walking tacos. But
I want to thank Chief Little for DJing the event. He's always really a good sport about doing those types of things. We had a fire department had a booth there. Lots of different churches and organizations showed up and helped. A couple of our volunteers back here from the Presbyterian Church too. So we appreciate that. It's our last week of basketball signups. Unless we need to round out some numbers, but maybe our last week for Winter Basketball League. So we'll put that out there. And I have one more thing written down.
Christmas.
Oh, we're working on our decorations to go out, and you'll see a big difference, especially with the season greetings, because we're switching them over to rope lighting, which gives a very nice defined look. So about 10 years ago, we switched over to LEDs, which was nice, but they're so bright they kind of blur stuff out a little bit. So with the new looks, I've got a couple pictures on my phone. I'd gladly show you. Let's see, but it's going to be a nice change for those. So once we get those done, we'll start working on some of the other characters too throughout there. And we did look and found some neat pole decorations that we want to get from Main Cross, but they're out of stock at the moment. So we might be waiting until January to get them. Which doesn't help us for this year, but next year that'll be the next thing we can show off. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Well, Stephen? Yeah,
Yeah, I got nothing.
got nothing. Thank you for advancing your department. Thank you for stepping up and leading. I think the town owes you a bit of gratitude for that. You really moved us in the right direction, and your leadership it'll be missed. So from the board, thank you. Yes, sir. All right, Sarah Beth.
Well, I will say for Reach Across America, it's such a wonderful program, and we will have the help of Kathy Ham on it, who knows every grade out there, and everyone is related to everyone in those grades. So she's going to be a huge help. We're going to meet next week to talk about that. Next, or in a couple of weeks, our redevelopment commission will meet. We've got several projects that we've been looking at, and I know with the redevelopment fund, Rhonda, I do know that TIF money can be used to pay that back as well. So we will have a chunk of that for the board to consider as we look into that. We're working on holiday lights, and we've got lots of items about the programs coming up at the community center, and holiday lights falls on the Reach Across America Day, so it's going to be a really
that'd be
full
nice.
day,
Yeah.
full day of activities. And I do want to say, Chief Little, I think it'd be great if we utilize the drone after the Reach Across America is done, and to get some really nice over aerial pictures of the cemetery during that time. Okay, that'd be great.
Training.
That's it for the good of the group.
Thank you. Julie?
Nothing else, sir.
Thank you. We'll open up a public comment. If there are any, please state your name and your address for the record.
My name is Kyle Caraway. I live at 124 West Thompson Street. I came here about 2 years ago and addressed this issue with the alleyway that is behind the library that connects to the post office. My driveway is that driveway that everybody drives into, that semis that are coming incredibly dangerously close to my RV that sits in my driveway now. I addressed this issue with you guys stating that semis were pulling through my driveway. And you guys gave me a long drawn out process, and you guys sent out engineers 8 months later, and then I heard nothing. I've called the town 7 times with no responses back. I don't know what more to do. I am frustrated that my property line is being invoked on. I'm frustrated that my property that is sitting on my property is in jeopardy of these drivers. They have hit this garage. They have hit that guardrail, they have broke it clean off and bent it backwards and drove off. And we still have no answer. This is 2 years later now. I've had to physically repair a guardrail that the town doesn't even know who owns it. I fixed it because I was tired of it laying in my yard. So I welded it back up there because I needed protection on my property from these drivers. Because these drivers will hit the guardrail, break it clean off, deliver the mail, and go on their way. And with that, I'm done.
So is it different drivers like Amazon?
It's the
Post
semis
office,
from the
UPS?
post office. There is approximately 3 to 9 semis that drive down that alleyway every day. No, that's not true because they shut down that alleyway for the festival. And they deliver the mail 7 days a week, even when we shut down that alley.
Yeah, I guess go around the block. They would back in off of Walnut Street, right?
Yes, they will. They just choose not to.
What they do for the festivals, they bring in smaller trucks, more trucks, but they're like the 30-foot rider style truck.
Like a straight truck.
Keep on the top, it goes through there. It's a single cab semi and a 52-foot trailer that goes through this alley.
And the alley's destroyed from it.
Yeah. it is.
You
I
can see
remember
the
that
impressions.
conversation.
I mean,
I do
the
too.
town doesn't even have time to repair it because of how frequently it's used by the post office. They can't, I have complained for 5 years to get this alleyway repaired.
Could we
Come out and do,
semi-traffic
patchwork.
there?
and then it's gone.
So in theory, I think something from Dustin to allow us to put some signage that says no semi-traffic. If that's gonna happen, then we need to notify the postal ahead of time, so they're aware, and then we just have to do the enforcement once the sign's up. I'm sure that's probably, I'm assuming that we'll take something in the ordinance, that right, that's the, and then we do the notification.
As a prior postal employee and military, the postal service will not move unless you make them move.
I agree. I think we block semis from going, they should be going down the alley anyway.
No, they have torn up the Burdens roof line. When I was walking up here today, I took a picture of the roof, the tin roof. It's peeling back. Nails are flying out on this alleyway now. I can only imagine what the Postal Service's damages to their vehicle tires are right now because of the amount of nails that are being ripped out, and I've had tin panels land in my property. And it's not the first time. And if you look at it right now, I took a picture on my way here, like panels are just bent backwards. And they're rusted nails. I mean, I get it. It's an old building, but maintaining the property needs to be a little bit more.
So if we get it put on there, enforcement stops it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, put signage up and not to enforce it, obviously give them proper notice, and they know there's something on different routes.
Because the
That
trucks
different
are,
route would only be for them to back it, so you would have to do something like enforcement, and like, and push block west or east of East Main Cross, you can't go alleyway between East Main Cross and there, because that does shut down.
Right.
You can't do that. 'Cause that alley goes through their parking. Yeah, if we get the amended ordinance, we get Sean to put a sign that says no semi-traffic or no truck traffic. I'll reach out to the postal inspector and look at them from that.
I greatly appreciate
yeah,
that.
let's make a motion to allow Dustin to do that then. I don't see any other way to stop it.
Make a motion for Dustin to create an ordinance to close the road.
Semi, truck
No.
traffic.
No truck traffic. one block east of Main Street.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No problem.